All right, everybody. Hey, we are back with another episode of What's Your Love Story. And my guest today is no stranger because she was actually on season 1, but we were audio then. And she was with 2 other people. So my guest today is my lovely niece, Alyssa.
Tis I.
Tis you. Tis you. So before we get started, I want to congratulate you, first of all. I'm not sure why this wasn't made big and huge and celebrated. You know how we love a good celebrate. So I'm not sure why this was not made huge, but congratulations on your artwork.
Oh, thank you.
Being featured in a clothing line?
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get started with What's Your Love Story, tell us about that. How did that happen?
I was approached at work by one of my coworkers. She went to school for fashion and design. She has her own clothing brand, and she's like revamping it. And she found out, because, you know, I do artwork on shoes, on canvas, stuff like that. She found out about it, and, you know, she liked my art style. So she approached me about, you know, doing some sketches for her to see, you know, if her vision matched my art style or if I could do it. Gave them to her. She loved them. Absolutely loved them.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is this a well-known or a
she's up and coming.
Up and coming clothing line? Okay,
she's
cool.
up and coming.
Okay, well, congratulations to you again. I'm not sure why we didn't celebrate at Grandma's house with some food.
I kept it pretty low key.
I see. So, but congratulations again. That's awesome. Glad to hear about that. All right, so we're gonna get into it because Alyssa told her dad, which is my super producer, that she wanted to come back because her relationship status has changed from when she was first on the show. So tell us about that. How has it changed?
Oh, I went from, oh, you know, I think I am in love too. No. No, ma'am. It was the delusion talking.
Oh, okay. No, so what does that mean?
We broke up.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you broke up. All right. So with that, I want to know, how did you feel?
Oh, I was devastated.
Okay.
Like, this is someone who I thought was like my soulmate type of jam, you know?
Okay.
And a lot of older people are going to look at me and be like, you're 23. You don't know what that means. Not too much, okay? Not too much. Okay, we all go through it. We all do.
We do.
We think we know what we want. We think we know what we can handle and what we can accept and get over. And it's not. It's once the rose-colored glasses are off, it's a whole different ball game.
Come on.
And so, yeah, no. It was very hard, especially with the circumstances in which it happened. It wasn't like, it was like lost feelings, nothing like that. Like, there were other people involved. I don't like that.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay.
Okay. I really am because, you know, of course, y'all know. But, you know, that is devastating. So with that, what feelings did you allow yourself to have or go through or, you know, things of that nature? Because for me, it was like I went to a dark place. Very dark place. Of course, couldn't stay there because I had kids. But what place did you go to?
Ooh, I don't know. It kind of flashed and happened so quickly that like I did go to a dark place, and it wasn't really even like it was more of a self-deprecating place where it was like, what was it about me that made you do this?
Girl.
Like, why? Like, why? I'm a why person. I need to know.
Yeah.
Like, I have questions, and chasing that why, I'm just like, I can't, because you're a liar. You're never gonna give me the why that I want or I need. So I might as well stop. So it was like I allowed myself to feel down and out about it for a while. Like, of course, the first thing it was anger, like red hot anger. Yeah. How could you? How could you? How could you? Why would you? Yeah. And all of these things. And then it became sadness where I was just like, what did I do? How could I have done something? And it was always me. And then I realized it couldn't have been just me.
Yeah.
You made the conscious decision to do what you did. So therefore, that's on you, because I know at the end of the day, I was good to you. I was a good person to you.
Wow. So with that, you never found your why. You never got your why.
No. I don't truly believe I'll ever get it either.
Okay.
Because he he thinks he gave me a why, but it's not.
Okay. So do y'all still talk?
I don't talk to him.
Got you.
Anymore. He will find a way to try and reach out to me every once in a while, and I keep engaging back in that conversation because I was still chasing that why.
Yeah.
But after the last conversation we had, I was just like, it's never gonna happen.
Okay.
So there's no point in further engaging, and I haven't heard from him since. So I'm hoping he took the leave me alone seriously.
Okay. So where are you now in your head? Or what place are you in now?
To quote a TikTok sound for my ex, you can keep that man.
Okay.
You can keep him. I feel nothing.
Okay.
The only way in which he even comes back into my mind is I spent 2 years with him. So it was like 2 years of my life I can't get back. And when I do remember into those 2 years, I have to remember him because I spent a lot of time with him. Okay. But I don't feel anything anymore about it when it comes down to it.
Okay. So was there any one person or was there people or something that helped you get through this, get past this? And then what were their, of words of wisdom, so to speak, to help you kind of get past it?
I will say it was Imani.
Okay.
That's my diary. Like talking back and forth, like we talk about everything. So she was there throughout the entire process.
Okay, gotcha.
So basically me telling her everything that I was feeling, no matter how it came out, like just basically my stream of consciousness, like how I'm feeling. And she kind of just sorts it out and goes, okay, so this is how you're feeling because of this and this and this and this. But you got to remember that because throughout the entire relationship, she's seen it all. Okay. Like she's heard it all.
Okay.
So it's like, it's easy for her to call back to this situation and this. And you got to remember he did this.
Gotcha.
So why are you feeling like this when it was him who made you feel like that?
Okay. So, but do you blame you? Is there anything in your head that says, I did this, or, were you, because I know for myself, I blame me. So did you blame yourself for the breakup?
In the beginning, I did, because it's always that question of why. Like, it was going so well. Why? What happened? What shifted? I feel like I need to know for my own validation to know it wasn't me.
Okay.
Or that maybe it was me, and you would be honest enough to tell me what it was in that moment that made you branch out and do what you did.
Right.
But after I realized I wasn't going to get that why, and I looked back on the entire relationship, I realized that I was nothing but good to him. Okay. Even when he wasn't to me. And I was like, it couldn't have been me. So I can't blame myself anymore.
How long did that take?
It honestly probably took me we broke up the last week of March. So it probably took me around into the second week of April. I definitely would attribute that to my attachment style, which is dismissive avoidant.
Okay.
Like it makes it easier for me to be able to detach after I've been able to work out everything in my head.
Okay. Wow. Pretty dope. So looking back, were there any signs that there was, and correct me if I'm wrong, imminent, is that the word? Was there any sign of an imminent breakup or anything like that was coming? I hope I said that in the correct way.
No, I know exactly what you mean. Like, was there any foreshadowing?
Yeah, come on, foreshadow.
Oh yeah, the man was a walking red flag.
Oh, Lyssa.
I'm sorry. Looking back on it, I can say it because I can look at it objectively rather than this is a man I'm in love with, so I'm going to excuse it. Okay. Or this is a man I'm in love with, so I can figure it out. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did defend him a lot in rooms where I was just telling them, like, oh, this is what he said to me, this is what he did to me, and it made me really mad. And they're like, that's not okay. And I'm like, but he's a good guy. Like, otherwise he's a good guy. He's a good guy. But I'm just like, after a while, it's like, was Like, if you kept having to, who are you trying to convince?
Yeah.
Like yourself
Yeah.
or the people around you?
So obviously you were trying to convince both of you.
Yes, I was. I was.
All of you.
I definitely was. So
wow. So he was a walking red flag.
yeah, there were a lot of things that basically I felt like were a test. It was like, how are you going to handle the situation?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you going to excuse it? Or are you going to say something about it and potentially cause this to end?
Yeah.
And it was like, I think it was that fear for me of if I really spoke up for myself, this would come to an end. And I'm not ready for that.
And that's not you. Like you speak up. So that's, see what men do.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what dating your own sign does. Don't date your own sign. Just don't. Jesus. Especially if you're a Taurus.
You're a bastard. That's what you are.
And that's a word.
Sorry. Anyway, walking red flags. Okay, so Alyssa, like what? Okay, you said it was probably the fear. So the fear of what?
I was a very self-conscious person. So when there was somebody who was actually, liking me for me and, how I looked and my personality all in one, I was just like, oh, what? I don't know what that feels like. So it was like, if I messed up things with him, what if there's no one else that would? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I mess it up with him, is there somebody else in the world that will accept me for who I am the way he does?
So I wholeheartedly understand that. So, but I guess because I know you, but you don't. The funny thing is that you don't portray that. When I see you, I don't see low self-esteem. I don't see, even though you didn't say low self-esteem, but I don't see that. Like, I don't see that at all. So for him to be able to come in and do that to you is shocking to me. It's very shocking because I'm like, I have never seen where you will get on the microphone. I remember I was just thinking the other day when we were at grandma's house and y'all would be singing and you would be singing, dancing. You would have a whole routine. By the time y'all were finished, you were sweating, so, and it's like, but you were always one of the ones that, between you and Brian, y'all were out there, because everybody else was kind of like, kind of reserved, and Alexis and Aaliyah. But the thing of it is, since we're talking about you, I would have never thought that was your mindset, that you felt that way about yourself because you're so, this is how you're walking and, with a smile on your face. And I would have never guessed that was how you felt, about yourself.
Yeah, a lot of people don't see it. A lot of people are very, very surprised when I tell them that I can be self-conscious, like about just me in general, because, I'm a loud person. So sometimes it
comes out.
But I'm a loud person. So it attracts eyes to me when I'm in public. And all of a sudden you hear me laughing. What is going on? Like, is it that funny?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
It's that funny.
Thank you.
But it's just like I get very self-conscious. I am pretty socially anxious sometimes too. So like it's a weird combo. Okay. So a lot of people don't see it, and I cover that up basically by being out there, by being extroverted, by being bubbly. And I'm like, I can't be uncomfortable if I'm the jolliest person in the room.
Mm-hmm. So naturally, you're an introvert.
Oh, 100%. And I'm sure my dad is over there doing something crazy because when I'm at home, how many times do you see me out of my room?
What about the room?
How many times do you see me outside of my room?
Yeah, never.
That's why he wouldn't let me have a mini fridge, by the way. But he let KJ have a mini fridge in his room. I'm just saying.
Well, technically, this KJ.
The unfairness is in the room. And it's obvious who his favorite child is. But I ain't going to say.
The only boy.
We ain't going to talk about it.
Stay focused.
Anyway,
so how does the breakup or did the breakup change your perspective on love and future relationships?
it I would say it traumatized me a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit. I am a little traumatized by the entire thing.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it makes me approach things more cautiously, where I'm just like, I kind of inherently gave him trust because I don't know. I guess that's the kind of person I am. Like, I'm not saying I inherently trust everybody, but if you work your way to that point of friendship, of camaraderie, whatever it is with me, you can inherently get my trust because what reason do you have to betray me?
Yeah.
But now I can't give it away as freely because it's like I inherently trusted you, and this entire time you were just lying and manipulating and gaslighting. Bastard.
So the unfortunate thing is that other people, somebody that may want to approach you, is going to suffer because of him.
Unfortunately, I'm so sorry to the men that have to do that. But also at the same time, I recognize that, and I'm hoping to be able to work on that, and build myself back up, because I don't want to bring myself into something else incomplete. Like, I want to be able to fully heal myself and work on who I am as a person before ever trying to branch out. How can you love somebody else if you can't even love yourself? Basically,
that's true. So what does that look like? So what does that mean? What's the work for that?
That's a hard one because I'm still trying to figure it out. Like, I'm still working on it. I'm working on journaling a lot more, and actually writing down how I feel, because once again, back to my attachment style, it's very dismissive, avoidant. I'm very easy to dismiss my own feelings, and avoid them to make myself feel better about it, so I don't have to think about it. Because if I dismiss the emotion, I don't feel the emotion, so then I don't have to stay in that place.
So, but is that fair to you?
It's not. It's very not. That's why I'm starting to journal again and actually write down how I'm feeling and allow myself to re-feel all of those emotions in case I did suppress those emotions for the sake of whatever it may be. Because day after the breakup, I'm back at work. Like,
you still got to deal with people.
Life has to go on. I can't dwell in it. And so for the moment, I'll suppress it. But now I'm working on reopening it so that I can feel those emotions properly and completely be done.
So you went back to work. How did you, and I know it's fresh. So it's fresh. Next day, back at work, got to deal with people. Are you throwing mannequins? Are you telling people to shut up? Punching people in the throat? No, we don't have a size 2.
And we don't. We sold out of that yesterday.
No, but what did day, well, I guess, would that be day 1 or day 2? What does the next day look like?
My professional mask had to slip on.
Was that thing rising up a little bit?
Sometimes everyone's
did it get hot under there?
It did. I was sweating bullets, but I was also trying not to cry. So I'm still doing my job and everything. It's just not as enthusiastic. So I keep putting myself away from having to deal with people as much. So I'm in the back folding t-shirts. I'm helping behind the scenes. I'm in the dressing rooms, the fitting rooms, cleaning them out, go back away, stuff like that, instead of like being the cashier or being the greeter or doing something more people friendly. Because I'm just like, I don't know. I'm kind of numb right now. Like I'm literally numbing all my feelings so I can keep going, because you're not gonna mess up my bag as well.
Come on. You done messed up my psyche.
You're not gonna mess up my money too. I can't.
So I'm gonna ask this question. So you said Imani helped you out a lot, and Imani is in the background. My daughter is in the background. So I of course, I know your dad, my super producer. He's waving. So did you talk to him?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because I didn't tell him, probably, I think it was like the first 2 days I didn't tell him.
Okay.
And then I came home from work. I had my sunglasses on.
In the dark?
It was actually like mid-afternoon, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's probably around like 4-ish,
Okay.
maybe. But it was a rare moment in which I was home and Dad was home.
Okay.
So I was coming upstairs. I had my sunglasses on still in the house because I had been crying on the way home.
Right. And just to kind of interject, the ride is a nice little ride.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Yeah, yes, a nice little ride. So you have time to
Sit
kind
there
of
and
sit there in your feelings.
Yep, music wasn't even playing.
Okay.
If it was Amy
Woo!
Winehouse.
Come on, Amy.
Like, it was a dismal time.
Okay. Well, at this right here, we're gonna pause for a second. Can you come back for episode 2?
Oh, of course.
All right. So give us a minute. We'll be right back, guys.